Another day in the crypto market, and we're watching that positivity is back as Bitcoin touches about $30,000. Now, people are thinking about risk on sentiment, whether that's coming back, we're going for a bullish mode, or it's a fake out. That's what people are thinking now. But if you actually go back a few days, you'll actually see this risk on from here. I actually gave you guys this thought process saying, okay, there is going to be a possibility that we are going to go higher. And first, it's going to be Bitcoin because the Bitcoin dominance is slowly creeping higher. That shows you the money is being drained from the altcoins. But today, things are a little bit positive on that side too. If you actually watch, the market has moved up 4.5% when Bitcoin is up 4.87%. That's actually positive, meaning the entire market did move. So the small to medium to micro cap coins would be blasting through. That's what you're watching. So if you are interested in all of those kind of stuff, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So let's actually start looking at the charts and the positive side of news. First, this is macro. This will attract a lot of people, including institutions, family offices, the whales, the big guys who are not in crypto right now or who are at least on the sidelines, because this is the Federal Reserve Chair coming out and saying crypto appears to have staying power as an asset class. That kind of pushes you from fiat towards an asset. So it's not a currency right now, it's an asset class, as we have been discussing from a long time. Now, if you actually look through all this, it does give you how things are evolving. Like, that's a clear understanding of what the market is doing. And while we look at the macro, especially for XRP, the central bank digital currencies and all, we do see things coming out, right? And that's interesting because a lot of these central banks who are actually trying on this particular platform, and even if you remember the billionaire, guys were actually talking about, I trust Vitalik, so I don't care much about my investment on Ether. And I'm like, okay, that's centralized thought process. And that's coming from a billionaire. You all know that, right? Mark. Now, we'll actually go through the charts and see what's possible in the coming weeks. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys learn how to become the next top 10 person in crypto. Right now, if you actually look at XRP, yes, we are slowly creeping up. But one thing I would like to show you is, yes, we are inside a bullish pattern that does play out bullish usually. But right now, we don't have a confirmation yet to say we are breaking through. Yes, Bitcoin is moving to the upside. Yes, we are trying to give a breakout in the RSI, but the price is still below the 21-day moving average. And if you focus on all these price action, we need one candle which actually goes like 5-10% to the upside, blowing through these levels of resistance. If not, the issue here for XRP is that this particular candle created panic. Now we are still inside that range. So if you come towards the range of 0.52 and get rejected, that would create another leg to the downside. So if you actually want to get an idea of what I'm talking about, this is what we are discussing. You drop, then you slowly come back up to test that range, you get rejected, and you go down to put in a new low. So if that is the case, then even if price goes a little bit higher from here, XRP can still get rejected to the downside, and that can make the local bottom before you actually do the next run up. That is something to keep in mind while you think about your dry powder and what you are doing with your asset if you are looking to buy more. While you understand that Bitcoin is now literally testing that 31 level, which is a huge resistance. We got rejected last time. We came back down towards 24,700, and right now we are up about 30,000. Now, that's a weekly chart showing you a macro bullish level ideology. And that's true because we actually discussed about it on a conservative approach using a line chart, which actually did give us a clarity that, yeah, we came back to the 21-day moving average. We bounced off from that. And that is one of the reasons why we actually gave you this thought process of macro breakout, and this is coming next. And right now we are watching that it is happening. Great. Now the positive movement in the market will stay. Because we do understand the fact that yes, positivity is here. Price action brings in more positive people into the market. Right now, you may actually see a lot of people saying that's a fake rally. Agreed. But once you watch the price breaking through this 31K, now you'll see all those people who are thinking about buying around $15,000, $16,000 per Bitcoin will actually come back in. They will actually try and jump in. The FOMO will come there. Now, yes, we were thinking like 22 to 23,000, but it actually bounced off from 24. But we do got some level of divergence in the market, and we actually went through that talking about the divergence and the possibility of Bitcoin running higher. Now, if you actually take that and look at other assets like Ether, this is actually important for the entire altcoin market space. We actually see that Ether is breaking higher. This actually gives you more reinforcement to a thought process like, okay, the entire altcoin space is actually starting to get more momentum. But what's more important is what we discussed in yesterday's video. We would break this level. Even at that point, we will get a level of next resistance just above where we are now. So that means if you actually remove all this for Ether and look at the horizontal range, this is what you're watching. This range is going to act as a resistance. Or in other words, you're right now flirting with a level of resistance. So the pattern side of things, you broke higher. That's bullish. It's actually great to watch. Now, if you actually go back on the weekly for Ether, now it shows you, yes, we wicked below the 21-day moving average on a weekly, but what the weekly candle is showing right now is massive price action coming in. That's like bulls are coming back with a vengeance. We discussed about that, right? And if the monthly, now we have like around 10 days for this month to get a candle close, and this is what it will be looking like. That's macro level bullishness, meaning you actually got a candle which was like a doji saying, okay, I'm not sure which direction I'm going. But right now you're actually watching a candle, which is a monthly. We still have 10 days to go. It's actually a hanging man right now, but the way the market is moving, if it actually pushes up towards 2000, 2100, and that means you're watching a hammer candle just like this particular candle. That is the month of March. And if that's true, we are breaking above this moving average, and that will bring a lot more attention into the altcoin side of things. But if you actually go into the altcoins and you look at the first 100, you'll actually see like the meme coins starting to get attention. Some of them actually breaking higher. Say some of the old traditional assets, the Bitcoin Cash here, if you actually go take a look at what BCH is doing, it kind of gives you a little bit more clarity about what the market is doing right now, because these assets were not doing much. They were dropping, and the psychology, the emotion, everything tied up with these assets have been hammered. So people literally were like giving up on these assets. And right now, if you actually look at, while the price was still here at the bottom, at the support, you actually watch the RSI creeping higher. That kind of showed you some level of buying power coming in, the divergence happening in the market. And right now, this is on a weekly. You're watching the RSI is at 60, which is actually literally bullish. And if you look at that in a different way, saying, okay, we are still at the bottom, we are just bouncing off, there is a long way to go. But is it like just one candle to the sky? No, we are going to get resistance as we speak. But what you have to understand is these assets, which are actually about to break through a range of accumulation, is showing you some upside. Now, this is not the best upside which is available in the market for sure. That's not a small cap coin we are talking about. This is like 25th rank in the total. That means it's a medium to large cap asset which is still trying to push higher. 30% a day is a big move. Now, if you watch other assets which are like small cap, medium cap, but still their fundamentals are strong. Their narrative in the market is strong. Say, especially when you actually look at the AI-based tokens or the gaming, the metaverse kind of side, you'll actually see a lot happening. We actually gave you guys the right thought process showing this exact chart that, yeah, you didn't come back down to touch the bottom on the third time, and that's more or less what I'm looking at. And here we are watching the exact same thing repeating. You had that level and you're bouncing back up. Now, are we directly going higher? Not yet, because when you try looking at the chart on a conservative side of things, you get to actually see this. The previous support is now acting as a resistance. So unless you see these assets breaking to the upside from those level, you still have some concerns, because the RSI should show you that I'm breaking higher, the level of strength in that asset is increasing. So now, if you actually look at Bitcoin and what it is doing as we speak, bullishness is still in the market. It is trying to push the asset above this level of resistance. Now, if we do break that level, that's going to be like a lot of shorters getting squeezed, and the price may actually rally to the upside. So now, if you actually take the same perspective, go on to the XRP Bitcoin side of things, we are watching like Bitcoin is running higher. XRP is kind of holding, but it's not running higher as we really would like to see. But it's not actually dropping so hard. We are still inside the trend line. We are still holding on to this particular level. But if we do break this, yeah, now we have a chance that XRP can be slow while Bitcoin runs higher, which is not a positive outlook on the Bitcoin side of things. But then you actually come back on the short-term chart for XRP to see what are we literally doing? What do we see for next couple of days, right? And here, I would say like, okay, a pattern like this, when it is actually formed, usually, historically, what we actually see is a corrective action after that. So if that's coming in the market, we can say, okay, we do have a chance that we may come back down before we actually bounce off. That is what I'm looking on the short-term horizon, because whenever you do these kind of choppy sessions, you get these kind of moves. It shouldn't be a surprise, and it should be an opportunity for those who are actually prepared with it. Now, you can actually go look at the Hikinashi on a daily, on a weekly, to see how things are evolving, because by the time the weekly changes into green, that's bullish. But right now here it's red. So I would actually say, okay, look for a break above the moving average here. That's going to be super important for anyone who is looking to buy in or increase XRP. If the price drops, you're going to get more opportunity. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And if you are looking for more updates on a lot of these assets which are literally showing opportunities in the market, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.